One of the other options you have within Publisher is to embed YouTube movies. You can do that by coming up to the Insert menu, going down to the Mashup menu choice, and picking YouTube movie. When you do that, it puts a YouTube placeholder on the page, which you can position wherever you need to. Much like other kinds of media, you have to define a source. So just like if we were going to put in a piece of flash, or a movie, or a graphic, the next thing we want to do is make sure the Settings tab is enabled, and then come down to the Source field. Normally when you click on the Source field, what happens is you have an option to browse the server for various image or video or audio assets. You also have an option to upload from your local drive. In this particular case though, because we're embedding a YouTube video, when we click here, what happens is it pulls up a YouTube search API. And so now we have an ability to search against the YouTube movies directly from within Publisher. And so since we know what we're looking for here, I'm going to type in Mzinga Publisher, and I'm going to look for a movie that matches that criteria. So here we are, we found one. If we click Preview, it will play that in this window here, but since we're sure we want this one, I'm going to go ahead and select it. Now that that movie has shown up in the course, there's only a couple other things that we want to think about doing. We want to make sure that we size the movie appropriately so that its dimensions, height and width, are matching what the full size height and width are, so we don't have weird scaling sort of artifacts going on. So I've already done the math on that, and I did this one in HD, and so in terms of the math, I just scaled it down. And so what we want to do now is go to the Layout option and come down to the height and width properties a little bit further down here. So I'm just going to set the height and width here. So the height we need to be 432. So I'm just going to put that in. And the width, in order to be dimensionally correct, in this case needs to be 768. And then we just want to reposition that so it's lined up on the screen properly. And so once we do that, I just want to scroll down a little bit, make sure that everything looks right. Then we can go ahead and save our changes. And if we want, we can preview how that looks. And you'll see here we are with a YouTube movie embedded directly in the course. And of course, if I want to, I can maximize the size of that. If there's HD options, I can play it back in HD. And I have all the full capabilities that you might expect from YouTube directly showing up inside of my course. So this is just yet another way that Publisher enables you to merge together aspects of the social web into your actual courseware. So we can do that with blogs, comments, YouTube videos, ratings, external search capabilities, lots of capabilities. In this particular case, what we showed off was just the YouTube embedding. That's it for now, and we'll talk in the next segment about how we might embed other kinds of games and more interactive elements.